From the fantasy armchair, it is the Fantasy Tyrant.
Hey there, fellow fantasy football freaks. Welcome back to the Fantasy Armchair. So here we go with the last of my Rookie Dynasty series. Now, if you haven't seen the other three, go ahead and check them out. They're right up there. Like floating somewhere up there. It's a playlist that covers the quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers. But this time, it's all about the tight ends.
Yeah, I think I played this one before.
And if you like this video, go ahead and click that thumbs up down there. As always, a thank you for your support. And don't forget the quest for 1,000. Do your part. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it. Well, let's cut the crap and get to those rankings. Here we go with my top 5 rookie tight ends to draft in Dynasty this year. Starting at number 5 with Daniel Bellinger. I think the Giants got their replacement for Evan Ingram in this guy right here. He's only got journeyman tight end Ricky Seals-Jones and mediocre nothing Jordan Akins to compete with for the top role at tight end for the Giants. And this dude is a hell of an athlete. Bellinger ran a 4.63 40, which is 86th percentile among tight ends, and rated at the 82nd percentile burst. I mean, just check out his relative athletic scorecard here. Off the charts, man. This ranks him at number 35 out of almost 1,000 tight ends since 1987. Thing is, he transitioned to tight end from linebacker, so he's still earning his tight end chops. But I can definitely see why New York rolled the dice on this kid. What I think you do is you pick him up, you taxi him, stash him for a year, whatever. And then next year, when the quarterback position looks a little bit better, let's face it, anyone the Giants draft is going to be better than Danny Dimes. Hell, they could draft a crippled donkey and that would be an improvement. I mean, cleaning up his shit would certainly be easier than cleaning up Daniel Jones' messes. Anyway, when the Giants draft a better QB next season, you could have a pretty good tight end on your hands. I like him in the last couple rounds of your rookie draft. And at number 4 on my list, I got Jeremy Ruckert. Now I'm gambling at the talent that he possesses, overcoming the 2 tight ends that are standing in his way of starting, because the Jets signed both CJ Uzomah and the Conk, Tyler Conklin, to contracts in the offseason. Thing is, this kid's talented enough, he could become the 3rd target for Zach Wilson in like a year or 2. Not saying it's gonna happen, but it could happen. The Jets might have a steal on their hands. See, this kid could have been the 2nd or 3rd tight end drafted, and no one would have batted an eye. Now, his college output didn't really pump anyone's nads, but he was competing for targets with the likes of Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave last season. So, gotta give him the benefit of the doubt there. But his size, strength, and athleticism sure make this dude hard to pass up. Standing at 6'5" and 250 pounds. He's got over 10-inch hands. He's got excellent blocking skills, so he'll be on the field. He has great hands for catching the ball, despite not being a prolific pass catcher in college. Though he did make big plays when it counted, like that one-handed catch in the title game against Alabama in 2021. So this kid's got all the tools to be a great blocking and pass-catching tight end. Just because he didn't light up the scoreboard in college doesn't mean he don't have the talent to do it in the NFL. I can see this guy kind of being like a Dawson Knox type, a great end zone threat, worth picking up as a late round flyer in tight end premium leagues. Now at number 3, I landed on Greg Dulcich. All you Albert Okwuegbunam humpers, go get your jollies somewhere else. I know you were all popping boners when Fant left in the Wilson trade. Dulcich throws a wrench in those works, huh? This dude's proven to be a pass-catching back with over 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns in his last 2 seasons at UCLA. Even if he doesn't take over for Okwuegbunam this season, you could still see some work. Denver coach Nathaniel Hackett was known for running 2 tight end schemes when he was the OC in Green Bay. Packers ran the 2nd most 2 tight end schemes in the whole league last year. And if experience means a damn to you, Greg's got it with 4 years at UCLA under his belt. Or is production more your bag? Then check this. He finished with an insane 18.6 yards per reception in his 4 years as a Bruin. He scored above a 66% on all workout metrics. What holds him back is he's got a lot of competition for targets with Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, and Tim Patrick. Plus, Denver's going to focus a lot on running the ball with a pair of capable backs. On top of that, Russ Wilson isn't exactly known for throwing to the tight end. This guy's limited blocking prowess ain't gonna help things either. I'd say he ends up a solid tight end too when all is said and done. Probably by the end of next season or the season after. And maybe he improves as other players move on and he gets more opportunity. We're snatching up in the 4th or 5th round of rookie drafts. That puts Jelani Woods at the number 2 spot. And with Jack Doyle retiring, Mo Alley Cox is the only guy standing in his way of becoming a starting tight end. And with a bunch of jamokes after Michael Pittman catching balls from Matt Ryan, I can see Woods contributing by the end of the season. Maybe sooner. I expect Woods to overtake Alley Cox pretty quick. Although, dude wasn't even considered a top 3 prospect at tight end until his awesome combine numbers shot his stock through the roof. He ran a 4.6 40, standing at 6'7" and 252 pounds. That's a big motherfucker. Ain't no one tackling this guy. It'd be like trying to stop a Mack truck or the fat kid from getting the last ice cream sandwich. It ain't happening. At that size, Woods will catch anything that's thrown to him in the end zone. He's gotta, toss it up there and boom, he'll snag that shit, no problem. He's got end zone threat written all over him, especially considering the fact that he ranks the 98th percentile in catch radius. Not only his last season in college was remarkable, as he posted a 44 catch, near 600 yard, 8 touchdown season last year at Oklahoma State. But in this league and in fantasy, it's all about what have you done for me lately. So if you couple those stats last season with his killer combine numbers, you can see why this kid shot up the draft boards. There's something special with this guy, I'm telling you, and I see him becoming the number 2 target for Matt Ryan and whoever the Colts decide to take in the much deeper QB pool of the 2023 draft. And he'll start putting up numbers this year, but I see his breakout coming in a year or two. Frank Reich's been employing a tight end by committee strategy, so it might take him a second to readjust once he sees what Woods can do. If he's there for you at the end of the 3rd round or later, don't let him pass you by, or you'll be sorry. And so, of course, my number 1 tight end of this class, in all formats, by a mile, is Trey McBride.
No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, this tight end class is kind of predictable, ain't it? I mean, I haven't been 100% lockstep with most analysts, but I certainly am for the number 1 spot. This tight end class is basically Trey McBride and then a bunch of other guys. Woods still needs some time before he's NFL and fantasy ready, but I think McBride can hit the ground running. Now he's going to start behind Zach Ertz on the depth chart, but I don't think he's going to stay that long. Say hello to the Dallas Goedert of the American Southwest. With Nuke Hopkins missing the first 6 games, it's going to be all hands on deck for Kyler Murray and the Cards offense. And this'll be McBride's time to shine, and I think he will. Why am I so sure? This dude has the numbers, the experience, and the resume to eventually be a top tier tight end in this league and in fantasy. He's going to be a solid tight end 1 by the end of next season. Bank on it. He was the top ranked prospect at tight end from this draft, scoring a whopping 85 in next gen stats. Last season alone, he hauled in 90 catches for 1,121 yards. Now he only scored 1 touchdown, but I guarantee he scores more than that in his first NFL season. He won the John Mackey Award for best tight end in college last season, and I bet that monster stat line had something to do with it. Plus, he's had 4 solid years at Colorado State, as you can see. He's got the chops as a pass catcher as well as a blocker. He's speedy for his size and can stretch the seam. And at 6'4", 246 pounds with over 10-inch hands, dude is built like a brick shit house. If you want a comparison, I'd say he could be this year's Pat Freiermuth. By the end of the season, he could be knocking on the tight end 1 door already. His production in college, above average size, speed, athleticism, blocking chops, and the fact that he'll have a top level QB and Kyler Murray thrown his way, and he should see plenty of opportunity. That makes him the top tight end rookie from this class and in redraft. No doubt at all, this kid's the cream of the crop.
The cream will rise to the top, oh yeah. The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Now you'll have to spend a late 2nd round, early 3rd round pick on this guy, but it's worth it if you need your tight end for the future. So there's my top 5 rookie tight ends to draft in Dynasty. I know, nothing really shocking. Check out my top 5 QB rookies if you want shocking. Yeah, put it right there above my head. Go for it. Anyway, here are my honorable mentions. I do like Kate Otten. No more Gronk, for now anyway.
Now, isn't he a tight end? He was.
No biggie though. Because here's the future at tight end for the Bucs, right? Well, I don't know. Once he recovers from a bum ankle, he's going to have to compete with Cameron Brate for that top spot. And heck, maybe even Gronk too. Otten didn't participate in the combine or have a pro day, so we gotta go off his college experience here, which is okay, but his best season was in 2020. He ain't gonna take the top job in his first season, and who knows how long Tom Brady's gonna be around. Taxi him or stash him if you got the room, but don't expect too much for him in the first couple years. Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kohler, another case of Baltimore hedging its bets, making sure they get the right guy to complement and possibly back up Mark Andrews. Take your pick, but you'll likely be stashing them for a while. Personally, I'd wait to see how things shake out before I take one of these guys. Jalen Weidermeyer. This guy was like a top 3 prospect at tight end before he ran a 5-second plus 40 and shit the proverbial bed at the combine. So in the end, dude didn't even end up getting drafted. He got picked up as an undrafted free agent by the Buffalo Bills, who've already got a borderline stud tight end in Dawson Knox. Plus, they picked up O.J. Howard, they got Tommy Sweeney, and both these guys are going to be ahead of Weidermeyer in the depth chart. Though I don't see this once heralded tight end prospect doing a damn bit of anything, at least in the near future. And Jake Ferguson? Unless Dalton Schultz leaves Dallas, and I ain't betting on that happening soon. Ferguson ain't gonna do shit. Just ignore him for now. So that's it. All 4 major skill position rookies covered for Dynasty. I hope you enjoyed the series, and I hope that it helps you in your Dynasty drafts. Now get your ass out there and make your Tyrant proud. And while you're at it, hit the like button, hit subscribe, share with everyone you know who's even heard of football. Do your part in the quest for 1,000. Hit subscribe yourself if you haven't, or get someone else to do it if you have. I thank you all so much for your support. I'm going to be taking another little break here, but don't worry, I'll be back soon enough in about a month or so with Fantasy 101. Plus, I'll have new shows, new guests, maybe a new intro, new music. We'll see. Matt, Cass, hit me up. Plus, I might do some guest spots on other shows. I'll keep you posted. Again, thank you so much for watching, hitting like, subscribe, hitting that bell so you don't miss an episode. Next stop, Fantasy 101. Until then, good luck in your Dynasty drafts. I'm out. Peace.